Chris Chapman, Ryan the Hockey Guy Wallace, live from T-Mobile Arena. Well, when you watch it, it won't be live, but we are right now at T-Mobile Arena, and the Vegas Golden Knights season comes to an end. I think maybe surprisingly.
No, not really surprisingly. This series was pretty much what it was. The Washington Capitals are a very good hockey team. The Vegas Golden Knights are a very good hockey team. The Washington Capitals made adjustments. They cleaned up their own zone from game one, and the Vegas Golden Knights didn't. The turnovers, the unforced errors, the confusion in their own zone, that was the undoing for the Vegas Golden Knights, not just in this game, but in this series. And it's indicative of the entire series, what happened in the third period. A Lucas Biza turnover ends up in the back of your net, and, you know, it's we talked about defensive responsibility, and it was there for stretches in this game, but it wasn't there when it mattered most. That was in the third period, protecting the lead.
Well, let's talk about that third period, because Vegas came out up 3-2 in the third period. They came out on the attack. Mm-hmm. They looked really good in the first couple minutes, and then as the period went on, you could see Washington gaining momentum. They scored the tying goal on kind of I don't want to say it was a fluky play, but Vegas, again, unable to clear the puck out of their zone. Yep. It kind of shot up in the air right down on the stick of, I can't remember who it was.
Smith-Pelly.
Well, who ended up scoring the goal, and you know, it was the tying goal, and I think at that moment, I think that kind of broke the momentum of Vegas, and I think it kind of broke their spirit a little bit.
Yeah, that was a tough play, because you could kind of sense that after the 15-minute mark of the third period, Vegas really stopped trying to generate offense. They stopped trying to play in the Washington zone, and Washington really had a push, and it looked like Vegas was holding on for about 10 and a half minutes. They were just saying, you know what, we've got Flower, we can figure it out, we're just going to hold on to this game. And I remember having a conversation with somebody in the press box about that, and 5 seconds later, the puck's in the back of the net. Devontae Smith-Pelly, from his skate to his stick while he's being tripped, finds the back of the net. I mean, again, Washington made plays when it mattered most, and that's the difference in the series.
Yeah, and Coach Gallant, he juggled the lineup a little bit, made some changes. Some, I think, worked out, and others will probably leave people scratching their head. But it is what it is. He needed to shake things up. The team came out and played, I thought, a decent first period. The second period kind of indicative of things that they've done this whole season. They fell behind, they responded. They fell behind again, they responded. Then they took a goal, or they scored a goal to take the lead towards the end of the period. Ended up with some extracurricular activity behind the net. It was the Riley Smith goal, and that would be the last goal the Golden Knights would score this season.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, give Vegas all the credit in the world. They fought back in this game. When Jakub Vrana made it 1-0, it would have been easy to pack it in. Vegas came back, they scored, they were resilient tonight. They just didn't have enough firepower to beat the Washington Capitals. Sometimes you run into a team that's just a little bit better than you. It happens. It happens in all sports. It's really tough when you run into that team in the Stanley Cup final. It makes it that much more difficult to swallow. But sometimes you just run into a better team.
Yeah, locker room, not something that I'm ever going to forget after this game tonight. Just the faces and the scene that I saw in there. And, of course, this scene on the ice is not something I will ever forget either, watching Alexander Ovechkin kiss the Stanley Cup and say, "Thank you, Vegas," as he walks off the ice. He was thanking me, exactly. And he was thanking me for because he was looking right at me when he did it. But nonetheless, Vegas, the season comes to an end tonight. Washington Capitals are Stanley Cup champions, and Vegas will go back to the drawing board next year, or in a few weeks, I should say, because the draft is coming up for next season. It's like it never ends. But
we'll see you back here in 12 weeks, everybody.
Yeah, we'll see you soon. Have a great summer, everybody, and we'll talk to you in September.